welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. We are doing two different mods on the Focus ST today. Shout out to our guys over at TB Performance Products. They have provided us with their front crash bar and front lower radiator support for the 2013 to 2018 Ford Focus ST. This is a super common mod across the platform. I'm sure you've seen it peeking through Focus ST grills. If you have seen these cars on the road or at car meets, you'll notice we've got a nice big ugly crash bar that has taken some debris and water, and it's got some rock chips and a little bit of rust, and it's just not very pretty. We've gone ahead and shaved this grill, so the factory grill's a little bit more concealing of that, but we knew that we were going to throw one of these on the car, so we shaved it, so it's going to allow that to really shine here, to look way better, a lot more aggressive, and just complement the overall look of the car. So if you guys have been with us from as early as our intercooler installation video, we went over how to remove the bumper, and we're going to be starting off this installation the exact same way. So you can hop over to that video if you need a recap on how to pull your bumper off, and you'll see the difference between this factory crash bar and this TB Performance one. We're also going to throw on this lower radiator support, which is going to just give us way more room down there. You're going to be able to access your charge pipes, your clamps. If you ever do have a blown coupler on your charge pipe, it's going to be way easier to access that, get that boost leak taken care of. So these are just going to be great quality of life mods, and they're also going to spice up the look of the ST a lot. So we're super excited to put these on the car, and yeah, let's get to it. Okay, now that the bumper's off, the first step that we're going to do is disconnect the factory horns and the windshield washer fluid reservoir. These both are mounted by 10mm bolts. There's one that goes directly here for the reservoir, and then one that comes up underneath for the horns. There's more bolts that mount for this reservoir, but we're just gonna loosen those to get them out the way for now. And you can disconnect these if you'd like. You could probably just leave them hanging if you want, but I'm gonna disconnect it. Crusty. Alrighty, next step, getting some support under here through the jack right under the lower radiator support. This is just going to support everything, including the intercooler, because that mounts onto the radiator, and that's going to allow us to disconnect that support, swap out the crash bar first, and then get to the lower radiator support. So let's go ahead and do that. So next step, we're going to take a 10mm and take out the 2 bolts on this side of the radiator support and the other side. Keep in mind, we have this full radiator support supported by this jack. So that is very important. You wouldn't want to do this without support. So. All right. Okay, so we're about to unbolt the crash bar, which has 4 13mm bolts on both sides. Just for ease of access, there is another bolt on the back here. It's a 13mm that holds this, the back side of this washer reservoir in. You don't have to remove this bolt, but we're gonna go ahead and do that because it's easy to get to, and it's gonna give us a little bit more room to work with. So just taking that one bolt out is gonna save us some time in the long run. So let's get that out of there, and then we'll take the 4 bolts off of each side of the crash bar. Okay, so we got this loose. We started taking these bolts off. Forgot to mention there is a retaining bolt on the back side that's also 13mm for that second one on the washer reservoir. You can use a wrench just to hold that one in place while you thread it out. Some of these bolts on the crash bar are a little tricky to get to, so having a long extension will give you the reach that you need to make it effortless. All right, so if our calculations are correct, it should just pull off, right? All right, so you guys that have watched this channel before know this car has a little bit of a history. I don't know if this is normal. I'm not seeing this on all STs, but if you've got these little bolts that go all the way through. These will attach to a tab on your crash bar. So if you need to, these are 13. Completely unnecessary to have this size of an extension. But there we go. And then we can pop this out. These have 2 little clips in this tab. You just have to push these in, or out, I should say, and we'll pull on those. Should pop right out, same on both sides. And then the crash bar should be able to pull away from the car, and we can throw the TB1 on. There we go. And that is way easier if you don't have a rat's nest of wiring for retrofit headlights. So it's only easier if you don't. I think it looks good just like that. Yeah, so that's it. Wrap it up. Put the bumper back on. Anywho, crash bar. Let's throw the crash bar back on the car. Should go on just like it came off. Use the supplied hardware to mount it back up, and then we will get back to the radiator support and how to attach that to the crash bar, because you got the brackets on the crash bar to attach it to the radiator support. It turns out I got a bent frame. Just kidding. I kid. I think that's on. All right, so we got the TB crash bar put on the actual car. We're just threading our bolts that we had just taken off on. Now, just in full transparency with you guys, if you've been watching these videos since we got the ST, you know, rebuilt title, front end damage, that sort of stuff. So we did notice that our OEM crash bar was a little mangled. Some of the frame rails were clearly touched at one point. The holes were just barely off. We just drilled them out. I mean, maybe a 1/16 of an inch on each side. Nothing crazy. You shouldn't have to do that. I've never had any issues on factory clean title cars. They gave us lemons. We're making lemonade over here. So it fits though, and we're slapping the bolts back on, and then we're gonna get to the lower radiator support, and we'll show you how to transition the weight and get that swapped over to the TB one. That is the majority of the install on the lower radiator support is the crash bar. So we're like 75% of the way through, it feels like. Kobe, helicopter crash explosion noises. Okay, crash bar's in the car, nice and sturdy. Next step that we're gonna do is pull off the factory lower radiator support. To transfer the weight from this lower radiator support, what we want to do is put some jack stands up under each side of the radiator support, and we're gonna lightly lower it down onto those. You wanna be careful here. You really don't wanna stress your system here. Okay, so you can see now everything, intercooler, radiator support is all on the jack stand right here. One thing I'm gonna do is lift on the bottom of the intercooler. I wouldn't even say I'm gonna lift. I'm more so just gonna give it the lightest amount of pressure. I'm just gonna keep support. That way we have more support on the intercooler and we don't have everything resting on that frame. So now we're going to want to secure the radiator support so we can remove the jack stands and swap out that lower radiator support. So we're going to take some straps and tie this radiator up onto the crash bar or the subframer, something just to hold the radiator up while we can swap out that support. So show you how we have it secured, and you know, there's 100 different ways to do this. We'll figure out what works for us, and you guys can use that as inspiration on how to do it on your car. All right, so we have fastened our radiator and the intercooler, which is connected to it, pretty simply, right? So we just have a simple ratchet strap that has a hook on each side. We just ran the hook through the side of the radiator, mounting right there and down around, and then we just pulled this strap up around and just pulled it tight, and then, you know, a couple clicks. It doesn't need to be crazy tight or anything. It's not a ton of weight. The main reason we're doing this is so we can take the supports off. So now we can remove the jack stands. We're gonna keep the radiator or the intercooler supported just for a little extra security, but these should be able to drop without everything coming down. So at this point, the only thing holding on your lower radiator support are the grommets that go into the bottom of it. So you can try and just yoink those out. You don't need to be giving them crazy pressure. Just like that. And now your lower radiator support is out. Boom, easy. So let's swap this one for the TB one. One of the main things that you'll have to swap over are those rubber grommets that we left there. We'll probably pull those off the radiator, stick them in here first, and that way everything can be lined up nicely. But you can kind of see where we're going with this TB Performance. Awesome green on that black, it's really gonna pop. Not many people are gonna see this part, but I'm gonna really appreciate it. It's just gonna give us more room around the charge pipes on both sides. It's just opening up a lot of space that is a really tight engine bay. So let's get this thrown on. We're gonna swap over those grommets. All right, so some WD on there. There we go. And then we're gonna grab that hardware that's provided and thread that through on both sides. And if you need to, this would be a great time to use your jack to give it a little bit more upward pressure so it lines up for you. And then these are on rubber grommets, so they will move around a little bit. And you just wanna get this started, nothing crazy. All right, so we've got the bolts threaded through. We've removed our support. Technically, everything's being supported by these bolts, but while this was held up and I got the bolts through, I did move the jack up under the radiator support so we can kind of give it a little extra as needed. But we've got it in a good place, so now we're going to use the supplied hardware, so 13 mils, and we will just tighten these up, snug them in, and then we'll show you how we're gonna mount everything else. We'll be good to throw the bumper back on and be good to go. All right, so now we just need to remount the reservoir, the horns. We are gonna mount the washer fluid reservoir as well as the horns on this side of the radiator. So you do get these two 90-degree angled pieces, and so we're gonna stack these, the small one on top of the large one, put the bolt through it, and then put that right there. Now, I'm just gonna start by taking the bolt and nut and securing it by hand. We'll tighten that up in just a second. But you can kind of see where we're going with this. So this is gonna line up right there, and then we'll be able to mount the horns right here. We just need to get that tightened down. We have finished installing the lower radiator support along with the crash bar from TB Performance. One thing I just want to highlight and show you guys, what we didn't really show on camera too much, are the brackets that go here. So we've said it once, we'll say it again, this car is unique with it being a rebuild. There are things that are a little bit different than other cars, so don't take these little details to heart too much when it comes to doing your install. So ours might have an aftermarket washer reservoir because we needed a washer to close that gap. And then I saw some people had one horn on each side. Obviously our horns are together, so we mounted them like that to keep those out of the way. Now there is a third angled bracket that you can mount over on your driver's side here for, extra ECU support or that second horn or anything you want. So my car, obviously 2 horns on that side, so I don't really need to do anything right here. But yeah, we're gonna just wrap everything up on this by putting the bumper back on and kind of going in reverse with the steps that we just did here. Overall, we're gonna give you some shots after so you can see what this crash bar looks like with the shaved grille. It's gonna peek through there, it's gonna look really good, giving a really aggressive front end, and we can't wait to take some pictures of the car, show it off, and pull up to the car meets and see if people notice our TB Performance crash bar.